Hi, I'm Melissa, here for Oliver Sheets Week, Day 2. Today's tutorial is inspired by report card comments. At my school, we have highly structured report card comments with a template that's used across our grade level, and included are specific data points for each student. And those data points are included in a written description. So that means you have all these numbers, and in some cases text, that have to be cut and paste into a paragraph, and in some cases then also translated. That's where Google Sheets comes in. So I'm going to show you how you can, when you have the data formatted inside a Google Sheet, you can easily perform a mail merge with the help of an add-on. Now if you want to play along, I've included some fake data and a fake template below. It's in the style of like a Mad Libs. I'm not using my actual report card templates for privacy reasons, but you're welcome to make a copy of the fake data and play along. Just want you to know, these aren't actual report card comments. And this can be used not just for report card comments. If you're sending anything that's like a form letter home to parents, this is an easy, quick way to save you time and effort of taking data that's already in a spreadsheet and then formatting it into a Google Doc. You ready? Let's go. If you're playing along, when you click the links down below, you're going to get a prompt to copy the fake data. And so one of them is going to be a Google Sheet, and one is going to be a Google Doc. Let's talk about the Google Doc first. So the Google Doc is your template, and inside the Google Doc you have tags. So these tags are designated by these double, greater than, less than symbols. The name of your tag is in between that. So the example here is first name is a adjective student. If you go to your Google Sheet, you're going to notice that the tags here in the header match the tags in the Google Doc template. And that's going to allow it to match up the data when you go to do the mail merge. So it's very important that you have your template set up with the proper tags within your Google Doc first, so that it matches your spreadsheet data. And if you notice, for the purposes of training, I've left a few blank spots here. So if you want to fill it in, again, fake, nonsensical data. So if you remember the intro, I said we're going to use an add-on to do this for us. So the add-on we're going to use is Autocrat. Now there are other mail merge add-ons that you can use. I like to use Autocrat because it can actually do much more than a mail merge. If you get used to using Autocrat just for a mail merge, then when you want to add additional features, you already have a really robust add-on. So if you don't have Autocrat under your add-ons, all you have to do is scroll down to Get Add-ons, and you would do a search for Autocrat. Here it is. You would click on it. Now I already have it installed, so you would have a blue button to say install here, where I have uninstall. You would accept the permissions, and then you're good to go. Then you're going to find under add-ons. So we're going to go add-ons, Autocrat, launch. And once you do that, you're going to have a little pop-up, and this window is going to walk you through all of the steps. So we want a new job, and I recommend you name it something that you're going to remember. Click next. Now here's where you could create your template. I find it better if you create it in advance, so I'm going to select from drive. I'm going to find my template right there, and there it is. Next. And this is where you're going to map your data. In this gray box, you have to tell it where to look. So it's asking what merge tab. So if I look at my Google Sheet, it's in sheet 1. And the nice thing about this is if you're doing this in the fall, you could use the same spreadsheet and maybe just add another tab. The nice thing about if your tags inside your Google Doc template match your headers, it's going to automatically find them and match them up. And you can see here, it didn't match it up because my tag didn't quite match up. So I can use the drop down and it's like, oh, I want a number 1 there. Same thing here. Notice in my template, I had first name and N was lowercase, whereas in my spreadsheet, the name was uppercase. So it didn't quite match those, but you can always go back in and match them. But if you can keep them consistent, it's going to help you in the long run. Click next, file settings. So this is going to go to a file and you need to name it. Now you have a choice of Google Docs or PDF. I'm choosing Google Docs in this case because I'm going to have to actually cut and paste this information into our student information system. And you have 2 choices for output, multiple or single. Multiple means you would get a separate file for every single line of data, or in this case, every student. I don't want that. I just want one single file. You can have page breaks between data rows or not. Again, because I'm taking these report card comments and paste them into my student information system, I'm going to say no. But if you were to print these out and you wanted to just print out one single file, like if you were doing form letters for families at the beginning of the year with various student information, you could do that. You're going to click next. Here's where you can choose where to put it. My drive is not very organized. I'm much more a searcher, so I'm just going to skip this step and click next. Notice this says optional, so I'm going to click next. One of those advanced features. This is optional as well. Advanced feature. Do I want to share this? No, but I could if I wanted it to go to my team members and if I was doing it for the entire grade level. Next, I do not have any triggers and I'm going to click save. So if you notice, it was basically the first 3-4 steps that we were worried about. The remaining ones you can skip for a simple job like this. This is the name of your job. You can play, run it, edit it, look at it, or trash it. I recommend previewing it first because this is where you can find out any of your errors and fix them before you run the entire job. And in the preview, it's actually just going to run the first row of data, and it allows you to proofread and see if maybe you have extra spaces in your template or if something didn't look right. Then here you can preview it. See, it automatically generates a preview student. And here I've got about Christopher Robin. That's a great student on this STAR assessment. They scored 17%. This places them on the purple level. I wish Christopher the best of luck in grade 2,345 next year. Obviously, these are not my report card comments, but you can see how this process can take a lot of data and merge it into a paragraph. So I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet, close my preview, and I'm actually going to go ahead and run this. And depending on how many lines of data you have, it's going to depend on how long it takes. It tends to be pretty quick. So I had 4 lines of data, and if I close out this pop-up, if you notice, you have all this information over here. So if I click on the merged file, it's automatically going to take me to my merged file. Now, what I can do is just copy this, Control C, and in my separate window, my student information system, I can paste it. You know, this particular example, it only included a few sources of data, but you can see how fast it automatically generated. And the nice thing about this is you can see I can still proofread and make edits. So here I have Cruella is a evil student. So I actually have an error there and I can fix it before I cut and paste this into my student information system. Just remember, it's not actual data, just some fun Mad Libs. That was a brief demo of Autocrat, an add-on for Google Sheets that works within Google Docs. Later this week, I'll show you how you could also leverage Autocrat into a Google Slide template to do things like certificates and make those a breeze. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe button if you want to be notified of future Google Sheets videos or other tech teaching related things. All right. Hope that was helpful and look forward to seeing you for day 2 of Oliver Sheets Week.